everyone, it's Lindsay, and today I'm working in the Lent journaling kit from Illustrated Faith again. And today's going to be a little bit more on the process that I'm doing. So I am working in Isaiah 6:3, and it says, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory." And here I'm just taking some of my Gonzai Tombi watercolors, and I'm just going to be adding some of this real messy like on the background of this page. So this first comes, I decided to work through the She Reads Truth Lent study, and that's an app that I have on my iPad, and then you can pay, I think it's like a couple dollars for some of their studies. They sometimes have free studies. I think the Lent study was like $2.99 or something like that, and so each day it has a devotion to go with whatever the topic is. So I'm working through those scriptures, but using the Illustrated Faith Lent kit from the Print Pray shop. So you'll kind of see how I do that. So I'm just really laying down kind of a splash of water on the background, or a splash of color on the background. You saw I picked up a water bottle and kind of sprayed the background so that the color moved a little more, and I'm not looking for anything fancy. I just wanted like a splash of watercolor on the background. And I just love this really pretty mint color that's in this set of watercolors. So I went ahead and dried the first layer and just used my paper towel to pick up any areas that were just really extra wet. And then I went ahead and sprayed the page again, and now I'm adding a second layer of color. And so I'm concentrating it more in that bottom left-hand corner and just letting it kind of flow up to the rest of the page, and just kind of dabbing it in different places, tapping my brush so I get little splatters, just to create some texture on the background. Now this page did get super wrinkly just because of the amount of water that I used, but once I was finished with this page and let it sit in my Bible closed for a couple days or so, it's pretty much flattened out completely. So don't let it scare you away if the page is getting really wrinkly. It will straighten itself out once your Bible is closed. Or you can always take a iron and lay like a piece of copy paper over the top of this, and then iron over the top of that on a low setting, and that'll help kind of smooth it out. And then now I'm just taking some yellow and this bright green, and I'm going to splatter that on there. And so I'm just picking up colors that match the colors that are in the printables from the Lent kit. So I'm just going to add a little bit of a splash of that, and then I'll add a splash of black little dots to the background as well. So I'm not getting a chance to journal every single day for Lent like I had wanted to. I have a lot of different projects going on, but I do try to at least read the scriptures for each day. And I'm going to jump back and forth between journaling in the traveler's notebook insert that I made. I'll go ahead and link that here in the top right hand corner, the video where I show how I made that. And then I'll also be journaling in my Bible. So some days I'll do both, and some days I'll just do one or the other. And don't feel like it's too late to jump into any of these studies. Yes, the Lent study on She Reads Truth kind of builds on itself, but it's very easy to go back and read the past entries, or just jump in. Don't let it stop you from jumping in because you feel like you haven't started with everybody else. It's a really good study. I really like the She Reads Truth studies, so be sure to check that out. I'll put a link if I can down below. Here I'm using some dies from the Tim Holtz sizzix collection, and you can see here I've taken one of the printable elements and I shrunk it down and then copied it over and over and over on itself to create kind of my own patterned paper. So I'm going to take out the letters to spell holy, and I'm going to lay that over the top of this pattern paper. This is printed on just some regular 65-pound white cardstock. And I'm just going to use a piece of washi tape, and I'm going to hold those letters down in place so they don't move while I die cut. And then this is my sizzix Big Shot die cutting machine. and I'm going to go ahead and die cut out these letters. So I have the platform, I have one of the cutting plates. I'm going to lay down that paper and then lay down another clear cutting plate over the top. There are plenty of videos on YouTube showing how to use a die cutting machine like this. You definitely could just print the letters out and cut them out. You don't have to, have a fancy machine like this, but it's something I've been kind of exploring and playing with. So you can see once you've run it through that machine, now it's cut out these letters. And I'll just use my Tim Holtz paper piecing tool, you'll see it down there, to poke out the paper. And then you're left with these little die cut pieces spelling out the word holy. So I went ahead and did that 3 separate times. And then now in this fine line applicator, I have the Ranger Multimedia Matte glue. And this glue is great because if it smushes out from underneath whatever you're gluing, it dries completely matte, so you really can't see it. So for somebody who's messy like me, it is the perfect glue. So I'm just applying a really small amount of that to the back of these and then using some tweezers to stick it down on the page. And I'll go ahead and adhere that word down. And you won't be able to see these. There isn't a lot of contrast yet, but I'll come back in and I'll outline those letters and you'll be able to see it a little better. So I'm just kind of working through it, and as it's drying, I'm laying one of those clear acrylic blocks over the top of it to hold it down so it adheres really well. And then now I'm going to take one of my Illustrated Faith pens, and I'm just going to write in, is God the Father. So it'll say, holy is God the Father. Now, I didn't pencil this in first. I just kind of went for it. It ended up being pretty messy. It's not my favorite lettering on a page, but I wanted to show you that I make mistakes too. Not everything is perfectly measured out. With this study, I'm trying to go through it really simple and not overthink things. So what I went ahead and wrote out, it says, holy is God the Father, holy is Christ the Son, and holy is His Spirit. And so then I'm going to go ahead and take the thinner Illustrated Faith pen and just outline the die cuts. And now you can see they really pop off the page. And they just have the really pretty floral print from those printables. I really have loved the printables from this kit. And so now I'm just doing some journaling down at the bottom, and it just says, because of Jesus, we are ushered into the presence of the one whose holiness fills the earth. And so the She Reads Truth study is taking us through the book of Isaiah, and just as he's prophesying the coming Messiah and what all that entails. So it's been really, really good stuff. I love the book of Isaiah. I really have enjoyed going through that book, so definitely check it out. So I went ahead and just wrote that out and just real messy like lined underneath it, and then that's it for the journaling. Here I have the new Books of the Bible stamps from Illustrated Faith, and you saw that in my recent haul video. I'll have those linked down below. And the nice thing is they have the numbers 0 through 9 in both like a thin kind of scripty font and then a block font too, so you can kind of mix up which ones you want to use based off of the style of the book that you're using. So I'm just stamping out Isaiah 6:3, and I'm using my STAYS-ON black ink. And then I'm going to take my Illustrated Faith roller date stamp, and I'll go ahead and stamp the date. And that's something I do on all of my entries. That way I can kind of look back and see where I was working during certain times of the year. So here I went ahead and just printed out. This is the regular size of this image from the printables, and I'm using my We Are Memory Keepers tab punch to punch out a tab. And then now I'm taking the new Word Fetty stickers from Illustrated Faith, and I'm picking up the stickers that says God is holy, and I'm just sticking that on that tab up there. And then I'll go ahead and outline those as well with my black pen. And that's one of the many different ways that I like to create a tab. I really like to use those Word Fetty stickers to create a tab with. And then here is the new crisscross washi tape from Illustrated Faith. You can see I'm trying to use all my new products that I just got from Dayspring. So I went ahead and just laid down a little strip of that, cut off whatever is hanging off the edge, and then I'll use that multimedia matte to glue this tab down over the top of the washi tape. And that is it for the page today. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber, and hit the like button if you enjoyed learning something new, and leave a comment down below if you have any questions about the technique I did or any products that I used. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.